Good day, Ruskin Jewers. Hope you're right, because it's time for Profit Review. Now, last week, we discussed the Halloween Week 1 Rush Store for 2025, and of course, that means today, we're here to talk about Halloween Week 2. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. So, Halloween Week 2 appears. A very interesting batch of skins, just a few more in comparison to the previous week. Quite a lot of variety, in fact, a lot more clothing and armour this week. What was my initial reaction? Well, I definitely looked at that hammer 100%. The first glow-in-the-dark hammer to be accepted in a Rush store in quite a long time. Now, of course, you might bring up like Twitch drops, but we haven't seen a glow-in-the-dark hammer in a long time. It's also the From Hell collection hammer. I was looking at it, I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? That's got to be a very, very good, nice investment. Like, by default, I saw it, I knew it. $2 as well? Well, that's hardly even making it better. Then, of course, inevitably, it was expected. In the lead up to Halloween, I did see quite a lot of garage doors being submitted. We also saw quite a lot of anime-style ones. We're expecting at least one of them to be accepted. Lo and behold, Moonlight Raider was the one. Could it end up behaving like we've seen in previous years? What are you talking about, Hedge? What are you referencing? Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about that in a bit. Don't you worry. But looking at all the other skins, I was expecting a lot of beds, like, again, in the lead up to Halloween. I was expecting, like, a decent amount of bed skins to be accepted. I thought we'd see at least one per Rush store. Obviously, the first week, we didn't see any, which was, well, a surprise. But then, for the second week, oh, look, 1, 2. No, fair enough. It's just, remember, beds first became skinnable October Force Wipe. And throughout the month, we had seen quite a lot of bed skins. So it was getting a bit alarming, worrying. If we keep seeing more and more skins for it being accepted, how are any of the skins actually going to maintain their price? Actually going to hold up and actually work well and become nice investments? Oh, and of course, don't forget, gimmicky towards Halloween. This is a problem for all holiday-themed skins. If they're far too gimmicky for, well, their holiday, will people even want to use them any other day of the year? Now, of course, this applies to like Easter, Halloween, Christmas. But specifically of Halloween skins, they don't really tend to get like any increased demand in the lead up to Halloween. In rare cases they do, but in most cases they don't. Christmas, yeah, I see that a lot. Halloween, not as much. So, alright, fair enough. Got to be a little bit wary of that, yeah, 100%. And of course, if we do see more and more beds being accepted, it only makes more problems for that. So, alright, fair enough. Nice to see the pumpkin collection actually got its collection continuation. We just talked about the boots the previous week, but it wasn't exactly part of this collection, was it? And don't forget, Tier 2 should also be here as well. Oh, Slime Monster. Didn't even talk about you, did we? Yeah. You're turning into a real proper Halloween sort of collection. With the rather the hoodie and pants, the Tier 2 spikes demand, spikes in price, ever so nice. So, alright, cool. Could we see that behaviour happen again the next year? Oh, we'll talk more about that in a second. Grim Farm. Oh, we get another skin being accepted. Some very, very nice artistic pieces, but also very, very gimmicky towards Halloween. Will people still want to use you? Is there any potential problems that we've learned from previous years? Oh, well, we'll talk about that in a second. So, alright, an interesting batch of skins, quite a lot of clothing and armour. But of course, with every single Rush store that we have, I'm always questioning what potentially could be the best investment for this week. Well, of course I talked about the hammer. So hopping back over to here, looking at all the hammers that were accepted in 2025, well, all of them before this, they didn't glow in the dark. In fact, we had not seen a hammer that glowed in the dark in a Rush store since 2022. Even back then, towards the end of October of 2025, most skins were going down in price. Like, prices were really dropping off. It was not a fun time. But even the hammers back then looked perfectly fine, perfectly reliable. And I should point out, $2. $2! Now, again, you know, it might get a lot of sales. That could be a bit of a problem. But it's also part of the From Hell collection. One of the most, like, well-known, largest collections we have in the game. Not exactly every single skin is doing super great, but quite a decent portion of them are doing quite, like, kind of great. So I thought, yeah, you look nice, you look cool, you glow very nicely as well. I mean, yeah, surely that's got a great future ahead of it. I felt very confident in it. I was like, yep, I'm definitely buying a batch of those. So, all right, cool. Of course, I would have mentioned the Moonlight Raider garage door. But I do have to remind everybody, do you remember last year with the Witch garage door? Do you remember this? Scroll, 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 scroll. There you go. Even during Halloween, like I said just a minute ago, like most Halloween skins don't really rise up in price the next year. But in this particular instance, throughout the past year, it's been doing good. It has been doing very, very nicely for itself. And in anticipation for Halloween, it rose up ever so nicely. Then it dropped off a fair bit. What happened? Well, I guess you could say another anime girl garage door appeared. All right, fair enough. This did over 40,000 subscribers. And if you go back to the previous year before this as well, I mean, there you go, Spell Garage Door. Not exactly an anime design, but still cute like girl door, if you know what I mean. That did about 25,000 subscribers, and yep, take a look at that, 25,000 almost. And just to confirm properly, this did about 43,000 subscribers, just over, yep. At the time, even the Spell Garage Door was doing quite nicely, although it has dropped off, and this was doing very, very nicely. So perhaps, simply due to the fact that, well, Anime Girl Garage Door, maybe it'll work out. Maybe it might take some time. I really have to reiterate the point that back during this time, prices were down real bad. So it was it was quite questionable. Okay, so did we really want to invest into something that could probably crash and burn very quickly, and then we end up struggling? that was the problem. So all right, cool, understood. Looking at all the other skins, by default, I had to bring up pretty much every single clothing armor piece. Typically of holiday-themed clothing armor pieces, if they're very gimmicky towards the holiday, yeah, there could be problems. However, regardless, if we do see collection continuations, and Slime Monster, the perfect example, if we do see it happen, oh yeah, there will spike a price. Look at this. Slime Monster Tier 2. It gets accepted in 2024, but for a very long time, it just doesn't really do anything. So as you can see here, $3.33, looking pretty cool. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Can we see the specific date we saw the hoodie and pants being accepted? It might be a bit of a struggle to notice when it happened. I mean, come on now, really? Come on, look at that. Quintuples in price, quadruples in price. I mean, yeah, it did great. But just before, it was like just about $1. Oh, wow, look at that, hoodie and pants accepted. Yippee! 60 sales, wow. So, yeah, regardless, it doesn't matter. So as long as you see more core pieces being accepted, pre-existing core pieces will spike them on, spike a price ever so nice, regardless of how they look. So now we're in the position of, could we see boots and gloves? Could we see Tier 3 next year? Well, I certainly hope so. But in regards to how do I approach this then, what prices do I offer? I'll just look and see how low these went. Yeah. So how low did you go? And at its lowest, initially when it comes out, it goes all the way down to about 80 cents. So, okay, there you go. That gives you a nice indication of how you might want to approach it. All right, cool. There you go. Job done. But that's easy to deduce if we've had some skins before. We do have some other skins here that are like brand new. And then, of course, pumpkin jacket. Are people going to be desperate for an orange $2 jacket? The pumpkin collection, it does usually work out quite nicely every single year, every single Halloween, because of course we always expect the collection continuations. Again, Tier 2 should be here. Could we actually see Tier 3 next year of boots and gloves? That would be appreciated, but you are going to drop off. Not sure how low you're going to go, but I'm kind of not expecting you to retain your $2 price. Back then, I definitely would have said that, but yeah, how low exactly will you go? How many jackets have we had so far this year? Becoming quite a noticeable thing. So, all right, cool. Dr. Brainless Tier 3, brand new set next year. Tier 2, hoodie and pants, boots and gloves. I don't care. If it happens, I'm happy. But the chest plate, of course, white Tier 3 armor. It's not cheap. And of course, you got to drink some tea just to make sure you don't get too cold. But this right here, I did do some comparisons with like the whiteout chest plate. Honestly, it didn't do too bad of a job. And it cost significantly cheaper. But were people going to even really bother? Were they even going to care? Alright, understandable. But it was interesting. But all I really could work with was the fact that we could possibly see a collection continuation next year. You very likely will drop off. Maybe only go about halfway in terms of the prices. So, cool. Grim Farm Sheep Meadow Double Door, a perfectly fine looking design. But let's just quickly remind you, that the previous year, in 2024, we saw a lot of Sheep Meadow Double Door skins being accepted. But even back then, October, what was the Rust Door time again? October 30, 2025, 2 doors were in the negative. Yes, they're Halloween themed skins. No, they didn't rise up in price that much. Like, look, right now, you'll sit there and say, what about the Christmas one? Well, I mean, right now, it's December time, so, you know, it's already risen up in price. People care about Christmas skins more than Halloween skins. So the Christmas skins tend to work out quite nicely. Even though this did go down in price pretty badly initially, it's still appreciated more in comparison to this. But then again, we literally just had Christmas. So anyway. Out of all the skins, you're struggling. Well then, that doesn't really give me that much confidence in our brand new Sheep Meadow Double Door, especially with the fact that it's very gimmicky towards Halloween. So, okay, I'm a little bit hesitant there for this $2.49 design. Sticking with a barda? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, looking at all the other skins, I mean, like the door here, the beds, the small box, they look cool, they look nice. It's just, yeah, I can't help but assume they're going to drop off because, of course, gimmicky towards Halloween. So, all right, that's going to be a bit of a problem. And then the weapons, I mean, I just didn't really trust them. I've seen many Halloween weapons in the past. Wasn't feeling very confident. No. Very likely just could be a 60 cent to 80 cent barda. And then, of course, I'm a creep. I'm a widow. All right, anyway. Creep miner hat. A very strange looking design, but we've already had quite a lot of miner hats up to this point, haven't we? Will we see more in the future? Wasn't sure of it. Did I think the design of this looked really, really, really goofy? Well, yeah. And initially, for a while, we did notice it was selling like next to nothing. Could a sheer lack of sales actually work out very nicely for it in the future? Bit of a coin flip, that. Wasn't very sure of that. So, yeah, interesting. And so, how did all of these skins look after the first 24 hours of sales? Well, let's switch back over to here. Can confirm, first 24 hours of sales, or technically 25. Anime Girl Garage Door, 13,000 subscribers. Horror Bed, just about 12,000 subscribers. Hammer from Hell, just over 11,000 subscribers. And then basically all the rest was like doing very well for itself. Creep Miner Hat, only around 2,500 subscribers. Not that much. Also, Pumpkin Jacket. Should remind everybody, I do believe the other pumpkin skins, they only sold a certain amount. I think it was like 11, 12,000. Basically, with the sales that this was having, it looked like it was going to match up perfectly. However, hoodie and pants. There's a bit of a problem there. The tier 2 only sold so much. Oh no. The first 24 hours of sales, and it's already sold a little bit too much, and it definitely became an instant worry, especially in comparison to the tier 2. So I'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. So, all right, cool. So overall, sales are looking pretty good. No complaints here. How did everything look then when we did the abnormal bardas? Well, let's switch over to here, and let's start yapping. So, the night before, we have the Rust Rotation. Moonlight Raider Garage Door has just under, well, let's just say just over 29,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, could it reach over 30? I was expecting that. Horror Bed, almost 25,000 subscribers. Oh my, okay, well, me questioning, you know, are we going to see a lot more beds after this? I wasn't feeling confident. But that hammer, oh yes, I was feeling very confident in regards to that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is the highest ever selling hammer skin we've ever seen, or at least one of. 24,000 subscribers. But again, perfect timing. Haven't seen a glow in the dark hammer in a very long time. I was feeling very confident with that. So all right, cool. Dr. Brain is tier 3. Oh wow, that's got 18,000 subscribers, 16,000 subscribers. I mean, we really do need to see a collection continuation for that to work out. Oh, I wonder if that happens. Anyway. Grim Farm Sheep Meadow Double Door, 16,000 subscribers. Honestly, everything did look pretty reasonable. So let's just quickly go back. Do we ever like scroll down at all? It doesn't look like it, no. So, sales across the board, it looked okay. It looked fine. So, all right, we get the idea. What prices did we suggest then? Moonlight Raider Garage Door. I looked at your sales. I made reference to the previous interesting cute girl Halloween skins of the past. And I thought, you know what? With you priced at $3 at almost 30,000 subscribers, with the expectation to go over 30,000 the next day, I suggested offering $1.80 to $2.30. For the horror bed, I looked at you, I questioned you. I knew that there was a lot of bed skins being submitted to the workshop. I was starting to worry. I just instantly expected, you know what? If we've got 2 Halloween beds, surely we'll get like 2 Christmas beds as well, right? That felt like a guarantee. And then, of course, all the rustors in between. Oh, my. So, yeah, I wasn't feeling very confident. For that, 70 cents to 90 cents. Hammer from Hell, a $2 skin, 24,000 subscribers, one of the highest selling hammer skins we've ever seen, but it glowed. Part of a well-established collection. I looked at it, I questioned it, and I thought, you know what? I will offer $1.20 to $1.70. Now, initially, that might not sound like that much, but again, it's a $2 skin. I'm going over the halfway point and getting very close to $2. I felt that confident with it. Sinister small box. It looked cool. It's got like a cute little gremlin design with the little legs and whatnot. For a $2 skin, I said 70 cents to $1. I didn't think it was going to hold up. Grim Farm Sheet Metal Double Door, $2.49. I was worried based on what I saw with the previous year's Sheet Metal Double Doors. Looks nice, looks cool, but again, very gimmicky towards Halloween. I thought for that I'd only offer 70 cents to $1. Yeah, less than half. Wasn't feeling that confident, I'm sorry to say. Tombstone bed. I mean, can we see it? Might have to skip ahead a fair bit. Hedge, how much do you yap about all these skins for? Blimey. Come on, let's skip ahead. Right, now we can see some more. Tombstone bed. 13,600 subscribers. Again, I was expecting a lot more beds. 70 cents, 90 cents. Dracula Sheet Metal Door. Didn't have any faith. Just under 11,000 subscribers, I should say. 70 cents, 90 cents for that $2.49 skin. Based on previous Sheet Metal Doors of the past for Halloween. Pretty much all of them didn't hold up their value. Then we had the pumpkin jacket. I can't see it properly here. I can't see it. Oh, come on, Hedge. You should have had this all prepared for. There you go. Just under 11,000 subscribers. It's a $2 skin, but I thought, you know what? Not too many sales compared to the previous pieces, but still, I just can't help but assume it's not really going to hold up that well. And it definitely needs another collection continuation next year for things to work out nicely. I said 50 cents to 70 cents. Now let's just run through everything a little bit faster. Witch Deer Skull Mask and Poncho, 50 cents to 70 cents each. Creep Miner Hat, a very goofy, silly design. That did sell for a fairly higher price. I think it was $2. Compared to all the other miner hats, that was a bit pricey. Yep, $2 I can see right there. I said only 70 cents to $1. I still questioned, how often do people even use miner hats? Well, enough of those people want to use this skin on it. I thought about that for a bit, and I thought, you know what? No, I'm not feeling very confident. I don't think they get used enough. Maybe for like a fun, silly, I'm going to wear this, just look silly sort of like skin. But like, yeah, I didn't feel confident with it. No. So, all right, understood? Right, so now we're going to talk mostly about the clothing and the armour. Dr. Brain is tier 3. For both pieces, that of course being the face mask and the chest plate. Seeing how certain clothing and armour pieces have performed in the past, like by default, I said 30 cents to 40 cents for both of them. I wasn't feeling confident. Slime Monster hoodie and pants. Sorry, I've been talking a lot and haven't breathed enough. I yawn, sorry about that. Slime Monster hoodie and pants. They were 99 cents each, but they sold far too much in comparison to tier 2, and we'll showcase that to you in a second. I said 30 cents to 50 cents for both of them. I thought, as time goes on, with all the next, like, quote-unquote bad times we're about to go through, I do believe they'll go real cheap, and I'll be able to pick them up for a real cheap price. And then, of course, you know, if we get a collection continuation next year, oh yeah, they'll spike them on spike in price. Ever so nice. So, it's nice to expect things and hope for things, but it actually has to happen. So, yeah. Then we had Ghost Halloween Custom SMG and the Franken AK-47. Both of them 60 cents to 80 cents. I didn't trust them. Yeah, I mean, like, they didn't sell that much, but still, like, I just didn't trust them. I don't trust custom SMGs. I don't trust holiday themed AK-47s unless they have, like, some sort of pay-to-win feature. So, yeah, I just lowballed both of them. Right then, so, Hedge, kind of sounds like you're not that confident with this whole store. Surely something here did work out. What was the outcomes? Well, let's switch back over to here then. Let's go over to here. Yep. Moonlight Raider Garage Door. I didn't buy any of you, but I have bought a lot of you through buy orders. Because, yes, you did drop down in price quite a fair bit. So let's just go ahead and show sales history and all that. So, first of all, $2.66. To be honest with you, that's not that bad. And, of course, I'm sitting here at the very end of December. We're about to roll through into January time. It's post-Christmas. This is improving. And, well, let me just show it to you. So, yeah, you have reached a low point, and now you're climbing, you're rising, you're improving. This very likely will go back up and above its Rust price again. So at its lowest, oh wow, it looks like it only sold for about $1, $1.10 or $1.20. Wow. So it did get real cheap is what I'm trying to get across. But I'm also kind of expecting that perhaps people just selling to the highest buy orders, if it's now starting to improve, that would mean a lot of interesting, tasty profit. Oh yes. But I suggested $1.80 to $2.30. To be honest with you, at the moment, you're probably quite happy. And of course, you would like to see it go up even more. 33 sales in the past 24 hours. It's looking like it's quite all right. I've got no complaints. That's looking pretty sweet. So, could it have been better? Sure. Did it drop down pretty cheap? Yes, it did. But at the moment, how's it doing right now? Pretty good. Could it be better though? Yeah, of course. Could go back up to its Rust price and beyond. But yeah, it just needs a few more sales. Literally just a few. Just that done. Boom. So we'll see what becomes of that. Not too bad, but at the moment, not really comparing to the previous year's Witch Garage Door. So, all right, understood. But maybe it just needs more time. Maybe it just needs more time. We'll leave it at that. Now, horror bed. You dropped off and you crashed and you burnt. Say, did we see a lot more beds after this? Yes, we did. We have received a stupid amount of beds this year. And it first became skinnable in October. So, yep, just get a good look at that. And then look at the sales history. And it's just been trending down and down and down. We said 70 cents, 90 cents. And, well, look at that. Oh, highest barter is about 80 cents. So, yeah, kind of matched up to expectation. I think I bought a decent amount of these, but then I removed the barter. I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to improve that much more, is it? No. So, yeah, I removed the barter. So, all right. You basically matched up to expectation. We're seeing far too many beds, and well, we're starting to notice the problems with that. But with hammers, with a lack of hammers, that's really weird. You're always using a hammer, and yet we only get so many skins being added every year. It's odd. It's really odd. Anyway, yeah, you went up in price. Oh, yes, you did. So I bought 50 of these. I had like a strong hunch, but I only had so much money I could spend. So I looked at this, I questioned it, I thought, you know what, I've got to jump onto that, I've got to go grab a bunch. I did, and I can confirm, whilst it initially did drop off a bit, it did recover. So, yep, 58 sales in the past 24 hours, 61 listed. I mean, that's sounding really good. There's a lot of demand there. A lot of people do be appreciating this. And yes, you have worked out very nicely. The barters have gone above $2. Like, it's in a very, very, very good spot. And I'm still expecting it to rise up in price a fair bit more. So, did you happen to buy any Hammer from Hells yourself? I mean, I'm pretty sure I was pretty vocal about it when I was talking about it during the Abnormals video. I was like, guys, I've got to grab some. Well, I'm happy I did, because that worked out lovely. So, right, feel free to comment below if you managed to buy anything from the store. Barders as well, Barders as well. I'd happily hear that. I have bought a few with Barders, just a few though. So, all right, cool. Then we have the, well, let's just go through here. We have the tier 3 armor. So I said 30 cents to 40 cents for this. I have picked up a few. Right now, as you can see, it's about 80 cents here. And then the highest barges are like 60 cents. I have actually managed to buy a few when I offered between like 30 cents to 50 cents. Now, I'm pretty sure you're pretty down bad initially. So around here, yeah, it's only about like 60 cents. It's not too bad. I mean, it's like 50 actually. It's like 50. But yeah, I have picked up a few. Chest plate as well. We had a bit of positivity about this. We were questioning, hey, could you just replace this with some, swap out the whiteout chest plate, put that on instead. it seemingly did a decent job, but based on the prices that I see right now, it looks like nobody really took notice. I have bought a few of these, I'm pretty sure, with my barders, and I'm pretty sure I did remove the barder as well. After a while, I was just like, you know what? I think I've just picked up another batch of them. With my barders, I just wasn't feeling confident, so you had to remove it. 41 sales though, 41 sales in the past 24 hours. That's not sounding too bad. About the face mask real quick. That has done 39. All right. Not exactly struggling, but, you know, we would hope for better. Next, the small box. I questioned it. I do remember saying I'd love to see like more like pet designs with the little feet and all the transparency. But anyway, Sinister small box. I said 70 cents to $1. And right now, well, basically, how much are you at the moment? Let's go ahead and find out. So let's just click the Steam Market link, and there we go. So, not the worst, but basically matching up to expectation. I said 70 cents to $1. Highest barter is basically $1. Price history, let's get a look at that. Looks like it's just been hovering around and above $1. And with the prices that go below $1, I'm pretty sure it's to the highest barters and whatnot. So, well, you matched up to expectation. But will you actually ever go up in price that much? Could we actually get some profit out of this if we did a decent barter? I'm not sure. I'll keep an eye on it though. It doesn't mention the sales here. 34 sales in the past 24 hours. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see if you climb up a bit. Alright, so back over to here. Grim Farm Sheep Metadabador. I did some comparisons to the previous year. I did mention we've had some previous skins as well. Those other doors not exactly holding up very nicely. But this right here, oh, this is doing a much better job. However, is it due to the sheer lack of listings? Which is kind of odd because it kind of did like 17,000 subscribers, right? Let's just quickly confirm that. That did 17,400 subscribers. So it's like, it's not like it was like, it's not like it had hardly anything. It did sell quite nicely, but it's only got so many listings. I'm kind of surprised by that. Let me just scroll down. Did you sell below your Rustore price at any point? And it looks like it would have. Or it did. Yeah. That's about $1.50 there. But recently it has been on the up. So, did you pick up any of these yourself? Did you buy any? Feel free to comment below. But yeah, we'll see what becomes of that. Could that actually work out as a much better investment in the future? What price did you sell for again? Oh, it was $2.49. Oh, so that is in the positive. Oh, well, you know, just keep on tracking. Keep on doing what you do best. Rising up in price. But as we go through like the Easter period, so I'm expecting around March, April time, we do tend to have like another drop off. Shut phone. And I think it could be getting a bit worse. So we'll see what becomes of that. Right then. So we've already talked about tier 3, I believe. We offered 30 to 40 cents. Yeah, 30, 50. Slime monster. So let's get a quick look at you. The expectation is boots and gloves, tier 3 next year. But to be honest with you, it's not doing too bad. But let me just do that quick comparison. Tier 2, on average, 8,000 subscribers. Hoodie and pants, 15,000 subscribers. Oh, it's not that bad. Down 5%, down 27%. I mean, I'm not complaining. That's not too bad. Could it get worse? I mean, yeah, come on now, it could be worse. Definitely. But again, how many listings do each of these skins have? 30. I mean, that's like nothing. 24 sales as well in the past 24 hours. So, all the people that own them just simply aren't listing that much, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to complain. But yes, the possibility of continuations next year, oh, it's looking interesting. But don't be surprised if these drop off again around, well, Easter time. It does tend to happen, so be prepared. Tombstone bed. Well, wasn't feeling very confident. I wasn't confident in you, so I also wasn't confident in you. I said 70 cents to 90 cents for that as well. And to be honest with you, this is doing better in terms of retaining its price. So just look over to here and see for yourselves. Come on, reload. Let's roll. $1.15, highest barter, about 90 cents almost. And then over to here, just trending downwards. Not pretty, not good. But I did say 70 cents, 90 cents. But then again, if you were to have bought this for about 90 cents, for example, could you actually sell it for a bit of a profit? Pennies, but not really something worthwhile, I guess you could say. So, will you ever improve? I don't know. Are people desperate for like a cobweb grave design? I mean, in the future, I do think quite a lot of people might appreciate that bed for decoration. We'll see. But inevitably, there will also be more interesting Halloween beds being made and accepted, potentially. So, pumpkin jacket. In comparison to your set, Tier 2 did about 12,500 subscribers. Hoodie pants, about 11,700, 600. Jacket, 11,800. Jacket is down by 61%. What? I get the feeling people just don't appreciate the colour orange. That's honestly the best answer I can give to you. I don't actually know. But then again, how many jackets did we see this year? Let's just quickly... In 2025, we got quite a lot. In 2024, we got quite a lot. And previous years before that, we didn't used to see that much. So maybe it's starting to become a bit of a problem for newer skins. We'll see how that turns out in the future. But with this, kind of surprised. But then again, we did only offer 50 cents to 70 cents. So as I look over to here again, if I look to the side, honestly, I think we're pretty okay at the moment. But if we do manage to pick up a bunch of these, if we do see pumpkin boots and gloves being made next year and accepted, or Tier 3, I could imagine this will rise up quite nicely. So we'll see what becomes of that. We'll see what becomes of that. Dracula sheet metal single door. I just didn't feel very confident with it. Very gimmicky sheet metal door. Throughout this year of 2025, we had seen quite a lot of sheet metal doors being accepted, and, well, the majority of them didn't really work out very well. So I wasn't feeling very confident. And lo and behold, it did drop off. Sold for $2.49, went down to less than $1. Slow trend downwards. Doesn't have the interest, it seems. Then we have the Witch Deer Skull mask and poncho. The Deer Skull sold for $1.49. The poncho sold for $1.49. This is down by a third of its price. This is up by 10%. This is weird. Yes, people just don't care enough about bone helmets, or rather Deer Skull masks. Maybe they just want to like upgrade themselves a bit further instead of like side grading to a skull mask, perhaps. And then again, there's also the people that like to dress up and just look goofy every now and then. So 8 sales in the past 23 hours. That doesn't sound very in demand. But the poncho, well, you did about 9,190 subscribers, so 9,200 almost. You did almost 11,000. I mean, well, there you go. One of them sold quite a lot more compared to the other. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and look at you. And, yeah, no, you're doing good. 10 listings, 10 sales in the past 24 hours. Okay. That really isn't that much. Nope, no, it is not. So, okay, well, we'll see what becomes of that. Perhaps next year we'll get, like, witch, leather gloves, hide boots, hide clothing. Who knows? We'll see. I look forward to it. So, all right, there's the possibility. More clothing and armor next year. That could, of course, lead to a nice spike in demand, spike in price. Both the weapons dropped off. I didn't expect much of them. I went with a lowball barter. Custom SMG's gone down to about like $1. Has it been cheaper? I mean, I would be surprised if the bulk of the the sales here are like the highest barter, and yes, they are. So these are all like less than 90 cents. Kind of surprised, but yeah, I mean, custom SMGs. If you've seen all of them this past year and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that, they don't hold their value. People don't appreciate the weapon itself. All right, fair enough. Then the AK, I mean, we got tons of AK-47s. Was this actually like, did it stand a chance? Was it actually going to, potentially turn into a profit? No. Just to confirm also, it only did 9,700 subscribers. But yeah, not that many listed, not that much interest. It's just stuck slightly above $1, and it doesn't look like it'll change that much. So yeah, that basically matched up to the expectation. It was going to drop off. It's hoping we could actually pick up some of a barter, but then again, who's buying this? Could you actually even flip it? Okay, fair enough. Creep miner hat. So, as I've already mentioned, we do have some other miner hats that are accepted, literally throughout all of this month of October 2025. And we had some really goofy ones, some really standout strange ones, collection continuation, another Halloween one. But you, turns out, you dropped the least. but you also sold the least as well. So I'm rolling with the expectation that the sheer lack of sales led to this not like crashing and burning, because it's not like people just clamoring to throw this on the Steam market, like desperately flogging it, dumping it. You get the idea. So as I look at this in the Steam market real quick, how are you holding up? Let's go find out. 20 listings, 3 have sold in the past 24 hours, and it's like not too far off. 5-10 sales. I mean, it's going to need to sell quite a lot more. So, okay, you dropped off, you didn't crash and burn, but I don't think you're going to dig yourself out of your hole anytime soon. Maybe eventually. Again, sheer lack of sales definitely will work out very nicely in its favour. But how often do we even use a minor hat? Oh, again, dress up. All right, we'll see. But is that enough to justify its price and keep it up? I don't think so. So, yeah, didn't really work out that much. But when I looked at you, what price did I suggest? I suggested 70 cents to $1 for this $2 skin. It doesn't look like it's going to go down that low. But if we look at previous sales, well, I have noticed quite a decent amount slightly around and below $1. So it looks like these barters have succeeded to a point, but it's not like it's easy. It's not like it's flowing over to here. So, all right then, understood. So that's it. The outcome was, yeah, the majority of these skins did go down in price, as initially expected. We've also just gone through Christmas, so yeah, it was really out of season. So, all right, that was it. That was Halloween week 2 for 2025. In quite a decent amount of the like skins here in terms of the barters I suggested, that worked out quite all right. Some of them also did drop off quite a bit lower than expected. Some of them, due to lack of sales, have worked out quite all right to a point. But inevitably, the majority did go down in price. So, all right, fair enough. Once again, feel free to comment below. Did you actually buy anything straight from the store? Have you succeeded in picking up a bunch of these with a barter? Let's also give you a nice little preview for next week. The November 4 Swipe Rush store for 2025. Not as many skins, clearly. But yeah, not exactly doing super great either. Although I should remind you, this was the second, yes, after seeing the Ghost Furnace, other skin creators started making designs. This is the second ever transparent design for a furnace. Fair enough. Focused item of the month was the L96. And the brand new skinnable was the Handmade LMG. Were those skins interesting? Would they actually hold up? Well, that's the discussion for next week. And so with that, thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to you and your investments. And have fun selling skins at the moment, because it's post-Christmas and it is the best time. 100% the best time to sell your skins for some sweet, delicious profit.